But in the end, I did it my way.
All right, we got the intro.
Boom.
Welcome to another episode of the Clay Formula Podcast. And we've got Grant Rodman here, Clay, of course, here to talk about our hunt this September leading up to the hunt. You had a OTC tag, and I had elk and bear tag, easy draw unit. We've been pretty stoked to get to talk about this, and leading up to it all, we haven't really said much to each other until this podcast.
Trying to save it.
Trying to save it.
Save it up.
So Grant was on podcast a little while ago, and what was that, like last year?
About exactly a year ago.
Okay, so it was right around elk season again. And man, it's been a while, so good to be back. Thanks for watching. Trying to bust out some more content with the podcast coming up here soon. I actually just got hooked up with an editor from the Hoonigan, one of the Hoonigan guys, like Ken Block's, like the Hoonigan team. One of the editors from there. I fixed his car, and he's here in Denver, so we're hopefully going to get hooked up with at least some templates and some things that he can just throw a bunch of clips in for me and edit down.
Badass.
So looking forward to more production.
Yeah.
What's that?
Moving up in the world.
Trying.
Getting legit.
Getting legit. Costs money though, so I guess subscribe.
Subscribe.
Well, cheers to your first bull.
Cheers.
Not your first elk, your first bull.
That's right. Yep.
It's freaking cool.
First harvested bull.
First harvested bull.
Lost one last year on a private land. Pretty much the exact same scenario area this year. But this year, it just went down more quickly and
Sure.
better blood trail. And we knew we were able to get onto the private land because we had permission. And it was
So it was a
about-
good start.
Yeah, exactly. We were about 20 yards into private after speaking to the owner, and he said, "Congratulations, and don't waste that animal."
That's awesome.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much that goes into the hunt more than just being out there. Like permission on the public or the private next door to where you're hunting. How many of us go through this mental battle of hunting private, public boundaries? Because it can be good. Who are these ranchers? I end up finding out throughout where I've been hunting, especially if there's cattle in there, I'm always running into whoever's checking the cattle.
Right. Yep.
So it's like they know everyone. So I've kind of gotten into contact with people in that realm, and they say, "Oh yeah, it's like just call them up, let them know, give them a bottle of whiskey, and go track and save your animal." Like this year, we ran into a lot of weird, unfortunate situations that because people didn't know the private, they didn't know what line they were maybe on the public still, but they were so scared to even try and call or get the private land information that they just let these animals go to waste.
Right. Well, it's hard to keep up with too. People are selling land, people are splitting it up, and then all of a sudden you're dealing with 5 different owners rather than just one rancher.
Right.
Over the last 6 months, my dad has actually been sending out handwritten notes to all of the surrounding landowners. So we hunt in about a 220 acre box surrounded on 3 sides by private ranches. And then on the south side is the land that's included in the association from where our land is. But you absolutely can't hunt in there. First off, there's 20 different houses in there, and people are walking through the area all the time.
Yeah.
So they're very protective of that being their hiking trail.
Right.
Which is a bummer because there's 2 giant wallows that we walk past through there every day.
Yeah, and they just get hit with the hikers walking by.
Right. Yep.
That's wild. Yeah, that's a very, a great option that I know a lot of people think about, but to be able to make it happen, to get some land that's butt up against property that's landlocked, which is this crazy thing that we're sort of fighting against. At least the corner crossing issue.
Yeah.
With BLM and stuff, all this
Right.
landlocked land, it's like insane.
There's one section which would almost open this BLM land to public land. There's about 10-yard separation, so that doesn't fall under that quarter.
Isn't
the
that
corner thing.
crazy?
It's great. I mean,
So it's good for the people that own land right next to it.
Right, exactly.
Like, and you want that, like, privilege or, like, ability to even keep people out because, so, like, that's a good option.
And we knew that there were going to be other people hunting up there. We actually met both of them this year. Both guys solo hunting that live in the area and then have access either through their property or a friend's property. One of them actually hunts with a dog, which was surprising. I saw the dog running through the woods.
Dog?
Hunts with a dog every day. Yeah. Which
Like,
was not great
with
for
a
us.
bow?
Hunts with a bow, has his dog with him.
That's not legal.
It's not?
No.
What?
You can't hunt elk with a dog.
No,
with you?
the dog is not part of the hunting. The dog is just
Yeah,
with
but
him.
you can't be out there hunting for elk with a dog.
Wow.
Like,
I'll let him know next year when I see him in the woods.
yeah. Like, where is that legal? Like, if you're in the act of hunting and you have a dog, you have a hunting dog.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder.
Is it chasing the elk
No,
for him?
No, the dog
It's
is
just
sitting,
chilling with
sitting
him.
right next to his side all day like a service dog.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, but I don't think that's legal. Like,
We should look that up. I mean, you're probably right.
If
and I
it's
wonder
an
how they.
exact service
what?
dog, it might be
Exactly,
fine,
I was gonna
but
say he could just define it as a service dog.
it could be. Yeah.
But it was shocking. Just a yellow lab running through the boonies.
You're like, well, I'm elk hunting, and there's a predator dog running through.
Yeah. And where
Yeah.
we think he hikes in, he definitely goes right by where a lot of the elk like to cross. So
Yeah.
we're a little bit, wasn't our favorite thing.
Dang. Yeah. Huh.
But he's been there long before us, so
Really?
we're the newcomers.
Has he been killing?
Yeah.
Yeah. With his dog?
His dog's doing the killing.
Yeah. So does his dog trail at least or something?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Blood trail?
Oh, no. I don't think so. I mean, just trails him.
Oh, it trails him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really well-behaved dog. He said
That's
he
cool.
never trained her at all. She just will sit there and knows when to be quiet, just looking at him. Doesn't get overexcited, doesn't bark.
Yeah. Huh. That's something.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty nice. I feel like Avery would just run after the elk if she saw one.
Yeah.
Like maybe she would, if I trained her, she would just like sit and wait.
Sure.
I don't know.
My parents' dog is fine with moose and bears. She just sits there and looks at them.
Really?
Deer, if it's a small enough deer, then she's really interested.
Chase
Yeah, if it's closer to her
Chase
size.
her want to play.
She'll, well, she doesn't want to play with anybody, but she's not scared of them. She'll,
Go up to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing that she is scared of the predators.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were up there with your old man
Mhm.
and a hunting buddy,
And our buddy Sean, yeah.
your buddy Sean.
Mm-hmm. Might
So
be his last year hunting in Colorado because he's probably moving to Alaska.
oh wow.
Yeah, he's raised in northern Idaho. He's just a all-around great mountain man. So, Alaska would be awesome.
May as well go to Alaska, huh?
Yeah,
Huh,
his kids
that's
are all moved
badass.
out, so he's kind of ready for the next adventure.
Okay. So what part of the story does he come in that's like influential for you for your like hunt or kill?
Super influential. 3 years ago, he brought me up hunting with him in his spot every single weekend. The first 2 weekends we were with my dad as well. And then I went up with him and his buddy just every single weekend. We drove down to Rifle, which is quite a haul. And then we were backpacking in, so got to know him really well. Last year, he was with me on the day where the elk were on fire and I got shot on the bull. And he he's hunted to the point where he doesn't even want to split, going half and half on who's out front and who's calling. He's more excited to be calling them in.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he had called in a cow and a bull, and about within 10 yards of me. This is about 45 minutes before I got my kill. And then I was just turning the corner around some trees, and the sun was behind me. So they winded me. I mean, they knew I was there, so they ran off. There's no chance on them. And then
They come in below you or what?
We're in a very flat meadow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on top of a knob. It's about 200 yards of just completely flat ground with mostly large aspen trees, which makes it difficult to hide.
Yeah.
It's pretty spread out, so I came around one aspen tree and they were right there.
Nice.
But it was a good sign because we knew the cow was in a stress. He was pushing her super hard.
Oh, really?
Yep. And then she ran a full 360 degrees around us. He took off, back towards private. And then he was still talking to us. I mean, he fully winded me and was
still screaming back.
Still responding to every single call, bugling with us. He was kind of moving back and forth through the brush like 50 yards away. I think he was still trying to figure out if there's a cow available on the other side of us.
For sure.
Yeah.
He was just wind checking the whole area.
Mm-hmm. And probably trying to find the cow that we split him from too.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Because the ones that spooked before.
Yeah.
So he called them back in for you?
Not that one.
Not that one.
No. So he started moving back further into private. We went down not even another 75 yards where it's a completely open draw, about 120 yards the other side. And there was a spike with about 7 cows.
Okay.
And I think that's maybe what was keeping that bull near us was he knew that they were coming across.
Sure.
So I was drawn at 40 on a cow, and then the spike came up above me and kind of spooked a little. They started moving quicker. They didn't wind us or see us, but they knew something was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which at first I was bummed. It's the last full day of the season, so I would have taken a cow happily.
Sure.
But good thing we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And then we went over that next little ridge, and heard just a goose squawk of a bugle. I mean, it was a young bull. His voice was
goose
cracking.
squawk.
Yeah. I can't even describe.
Teenager.
I mean, he came in screaming though, just like the
Really?
one last year. Yeah.
Honking
So,
like a goose.
Honky. I don't know what he was doing.
Could you imitate his bugle?
It was. I mean, he would start a little lower than that, but yeah.
That's
Just
funny.
blew out someone's eardrums.
Sounds like a pterodactyl.
Yeah. I mean, that probably isn't even close. My adrenaline is pumping by this point. So I knew he's like 50 yards from the top of this ridge that I'm sitting on. My buddy goes back and he's calling. They thought his bugles were me bugling.
Okay.
Like that I did some terrible bugle. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, that was
that was
an elk.
actually an elk. Yeah.
So he bugled about 20 yards below. I can kind of hear him. So I go to, I drop my call and I would go to put my, get my D loop.
Yeah.
Get my trigger on my D loop.
Yeah.
And I look up and the rack and half his body are 20 yards away from me coming over the top.
Oh my
He's
God.
screaming. And I realize he's just a light color. So I knew
Sure.
he was pretty young and the bugle too.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out, I need to count.
It's legal.
Right. I need to
Counting
count his
up points.
times.
Yeah.
And just the way he's walking pretty much straight at me. So wasn't able to. He started to turn away from me a little bit. And then at about 15 yards, I knew he was legal. He's actually a 5x5, just really young, just a ragcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he began to get close to the trees where I might have started to lose a shot. And he was front quartering. I know it's a sketchy shot, but if I'd waited till he got on the trees, and my buddy who's been hunting for a lot longer, he's like, no shot is never a bad shot.
Sure.
Right. So I shot 10 yards inside his shoulder blade, but I heard the loud smack, and I was like, oh.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure if that was the outside one or the inside one.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's
You
inside.
whacked. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the arrow had not gone all the way through.
The beast broadhead.
Beast broadhead. Yeah, we said if it weren't a beast broadhead, I'm not sure that it would have been a kill.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
seriously.
because of where you hit it.
Because of where I hit it, and just because I was coming across into his lungs.
Yeah.
If it were just how wide that blade is,
Yeah.
I think it did most.
It
of its work
sliced
on
a
the
bunch of
front.
arteries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sliced a bunch of arteries. Exactly. Well, so we sit down, we give him an hour, and we start looking at the blood trail. And it's looking mostly like muscle blood, kind of small dots here and there. I'm like, holy, I can't believe this. I just hit the shoulder. I've been practicing shooting. I've been going to the range that you enjoy, the walking range,
Oh yeah.
a couple times a week, making sure that 2 weeks ago I shot every day of the week before our third hunt.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we got into the tree line, and all of a sudden there were giant puddles with a bunch of bubbles.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Started to finally pour out.
Yep. So all of a sudden I'm realizing that there actually is a very good chance. I definitely got a lung shot. Just how far did he go? After about 10 yards of these puddles.
Bubble puddles.
Bubble
Yeah.
puddles. Exactly. I looked
That's the
up
good
and,
puddle.
yeah, the best puddle in the world. I could look at those all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the prettiest color and just ecstatic.
Right, it's like
the sign.
pink.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we saw him sitting under a tree, about another 15 yards up, and he had most of his lungs covered with some branches.
Yeah.
So I put another arrow in the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
We backed out for 5 minutes and then heard a elk death call,
Yeah.
which I've never heard before.
Big groan or
Yeah,
something.
big groan and then a crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flipping over backwards.
Yeah, he turned and went try to go uphill.
Uh-huh.
You could see there was a little extra blood from where he'd been sitting.
Yeah.
I think the blood probably went back into his lungs and
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good idea to always get a second arrow in him for
Yeah.
sure. Even though he would have been dead there, probably.
Right. Well, yeah. Also, just get him out of his
but
misery.
still, yeah, get him out of his misery.
It was a pretty close shot, so I knew I was going to really ruin more meat.
Just right through the backstrap.
Yeah, I mean, he was. Yeah, no, it was as perfect as I could have put it over the branches below the backstrap.
Oh, okay.
I was proud of that one. Yeah.
Nice.
And he's sitting there looking at us. I had to get it over with.
Did you hit him right where you were aiming the first shot?
Yes, I did.
Sub 20.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. But I mean, just because of
It's
smack,
quarter and two.
I was super nervous that.
Yeah. Well, how high up on the body was it, like the first shot?
So I was going for 6 inches above his.
Brisket or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
I think it went a little higher than that, probably 8-9 inches.
So like midway, halfway,
About
third of the
midway,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, midway is like perfect where you want it.
Yeah, definitely caught that front bubble.
Did it?
Yeah,
Did you look at the lungs?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're destroyed.
Doubled?
Yeah.
First shot, double lunged him?
No, first shot I got hit just one lung. And
One
then the
lung.
Second shot I knocked out the other.
Nice.
Yeah.
Double lung, dude.
Double lung. Yeah.
2 arrows, double lung.
Not the smoothest double lung, but it got it done.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is something else.
It was crazy. He's it was a wild moment. My buddy who's killed a lot of elk over his life,
Yeah.
he was having
Sean?
emotional roller
Yeah.
coaster too. Yeah, I mean, I had 2 adrenaline dumps within an hour.
The first bowl and then the next one.
Well, the first shot and then the second.
Oh, the
shot
first
out
shot
there.
and then the
Yeah.
next shot. Yeah.
So hands are shaking, knees are shaking, mom's spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty funny too because when we went to track him, we had our buddy Mikey DeSenia sitting at
Yeah.
the top of the mountain, and he was starting to nap when we went to look, and I just didn't feel confident, and I didn't want more people in the woods knocking around if he was still there.
Sure.
So I told Mikey he's never been hunting, so I'm explaining to him if you hit a shoulder, like it's not gonna do anything.
Unless you pound through it.
Yeah, which with a beast maybe, but my bow draws at about 68 pounds.
Yeah.
I think you need to be higher than that.
Did you hit the scapula or any of the shoulder bone going
the
in?
inside of his further scapula. I did not hit the
Okay.
front one, yeah.
So you kind of just got some of the flake on it? Like
Yeah.
it went through some
Pretty
lighter
sure.
bone?
Yeah, I mean, based on, because the last of the, we quartered it, and took a lot of the processing ourselves, but we didn't take the scapula out yet. But I asked them to
Be
set that
curious
aside.
to see.
Yeah, me too. Well,
Yeah. I mean, it'll bomb through. It'll beast through those scaps,
I mean,
dude.
it hit the outside one, so
It did?
I
Yeah.
think we'll, if it goes through at all, it's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Definitely want them to save that. And I'll just use it next year.
The same one?
Same one. Hey, it's good luck.
Yeah, can you sharpen those?
You can. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure that one's going to be destroyed, but
Right.
I'm buying them again.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the broadheads I used this year. Worked out good. I definitely was almost going to the Beast as well. What they have 150 grain broadhead,
Mm-hmm. And I think a 200 as well.
200,
They're wide. It's 3.5 inches.
3.5 inches or 2.5.
2.5. I'm
Two-
sorry.
I was
2.5
like,
inches. Yeah, 3.
I was like, you got a bat wing, a whole dagger going across the.
Like what they use for turkeys.
Yeah.
Those things are badass.
Well, you were telling me the story about them being spring loaded and you cutting your finger and squirting blood all over the place.
It's so funny that they know it too. They give you 2 Band-Aids in the box.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them laughing, and then I'm just looking at the function of it. I pop it out, and I go to just close it and I had the little finger protectors on and all.
Okay.
But yeah, it poked through the little Kevlar protector that you have and just destroyed my finger. Still is. I was shooting blood.
Did you
which is a good sign. That's what
Yeah.
you want, yeah.
Did you cut yourself at all during the butchering process?
No.
That's
not.
impressive.
Especially because, okay, so now I know we 100% I can't show this episode to my mom. So she doesn't want, she was a vegetarian for a long time.
Okay.
So we're at her place in Steamboat, and we know that she's going to be up there in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But we have to get this partially processed.
And you're covered.
Yeah, so we set the tarp down, and there's 3 of us working on it, and we're
Okay.
working fast and quick and right next to each other. We are spraying the garage out, spraying all the little blood droplets out. My buddy tells me my parents are there, and which I thought was funny. It's like felt like I was cleaning up after a party in high school. And he's just like, your parents are here, so I grab all 5 knives, I run upstairs, scrub them all off, go back, run down, like, hey mom, how are you?
Yeah.
And Sean points out that there's a little blood on the ground. And she's turned around. I spit on it, rub it away with my boot, and look at my
That's
dad. He gives
hilarious.
me a thumbs up. Yeah, she appreciates it. She was super excited for me, but yeah.
She just doesn't want to see it or
It's a
eat
little
it.
separation of church and state.
Really?
Yeah,
How do you do this?
Well,
She's your mom, I guess, but.
yeah, and she opened the coolers and saw the meat.
Oh, okay.
She's not that freaked out by it. I think it just. That's her sanctuary up there, and she wouldn't do this herself. She did go hunting with my dad the next day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And was going to be involved with it all.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering. I was like, "There's no way my dad's gonna take a shot if she's there with him." But she's a beast. She could help with the pack out process. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I gotta show you this picture of them. They're pulling out in their truck, and I ran into them. And
That's hilarious.
That's a hunting couple right there.
That's amazing.
We were wondering why she got out of the car. We're like, classic. She wants to show the whole outfit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Top to
She wants to show
camo.
all the camo.
Yeah.
Hey, mom.
In front of the truck.
Right in front of the truck.
Yeah.
Nice,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah.
They still get out
And they got
do
with
things.
Well, that's the second time my dad missed the successful hunt. He missed it last year because he had left for a trip, And then he had a wedding Saturday.
Okay.
He said he was very close to skipping the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah. If any of my friends are ever watching this that aren't yet married, not in September,
Yeah.
I won't make it probably.
I had friends getting married in Steamboat 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I knew they were up there, and I was like, wonder if we'll run into them. We were driving back at 10 at night, and we drove past the party. I was like, no way, there it is. That's what, something else to be doing. But no, I'm pretty outspoken about don't invite me to anything in September.
Yeah, most certainly. I think most of the listeners can attest to that.
Right. Especially weekend 3 and 4. Like, that's when everything's on fire in our area.
I know. I'm going to do things a little differently next year. I think I'm just going to hunt later, work a little bit more in September, probably the first weekend, but just because there's not been any pressure.
Right.
You get a good opportunity, just like I had this year for opener, but I think it's like you got to just kind of hold off a bit and then just go ham when it's prime time.
Absolutely.
To really increase your chances.
Yeah. I said I was going to do that this year, go opening weekend, skip the second one, but I was sick opening weekend, so I went the second and third, fourth.
Yeah. And you just hunted on the weekend, like a couple weekend days, right? Like you worked during the week and then took a long weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Took off Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's Steamboat, it's not super far.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And you didn't have to hunt like 20 days or
right. Yeah.
anything like that.
Do you know something about that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
I really haven't gotten many details. I just know you've been gone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been a trip. I think, I started hunting opening day, but I had been out there scouting basically for a couple days before the season, and it was definitely worth it. I got on some animals right away, which was really good. But before we get into like the meat of the story of like my whole deal, I saw you brought some backstrap.
It's a backstrap, yeah.
Okay, it's already cooked?
Cooked, ready to go.
Do you think we should like maybe taste test it?
I think we need to.
I think we should taste test it and come right back.
All right, sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Camera started drifting because I'm working too hard.
All right.
Some jalapenos from Fort Collins, from our garden.
So this is backstrap? So the top of this is like just cut that off. Cut these in chunks.
Real Rachel Ray.
Get a little steak seasoning on there. And stuff.
Yeah, I was just gonna put a
He's got
on there.
sauce. What's the sauce?
Worcestershire sauce, teriyaki, a little ginger.
Oh man. Jalapenos from the garden.
Jalapenos from the garden in Port Collins.
All right.
Thank you, Mark and Kathy. God bless.
God bless. All right, let's see this first bite. You got to see what your reaction is. This is leftover. He's already eaten it, but
Yeah, I was making wild faces last night at dinner.
what's it like night 2?
Still fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to be crying every time I eat.
Is it spicy?
Got a little kick from the jalapenos. Nothing too bad. Just a little extra flavor.
And we're back. We're back. So you guys just saw us slicing up some delicious elk tenderloin. Was that
Backstrap.
backstrap?
The
Was that
tenderloins are still in process.
ever frozen? Never frozen?
Never frozen. None of it's been frozen yet.
Do you want to wear these?
You can if you want.
I'm okay.
How do I sound now?
You sound like you're in my head even more.
Clay, do it.
We don't need them. Our sound quality's good. So we sizzled them up with just some like steak seasoning. What did you? How'd you prepare it to begin with?
Yeah, originally it was just salt, pepper, a little garlic powder, 350 degrees on the grill.
So you didn't marinate it or age it? Did you age it? It's
No.
never been frozen?
Never been frozen.
Okay,
Just,
so it's a little aged.
Made sure to keep it on paper. That's my
Okay.
big thing. I did that in the cooler, so we brought it back too.
What'd you do?
So I packed the bottoms with ice, 2 towels on top, lined with butcher paper, and then put all the meat
Nice.
on the paper.
So it's dry,
Yeah.
not wet.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so nice not to have to get your meat wet. I washed some of the bear because it was like had collected some hair from skinning it out. So I washed some of it, but it's just it dehydrates out of
Right.
it in the fridge. It's okay. It's not the best, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't had bear in a long time. But so Marco, he's a doctor. So
Okay.
he's scared of, every possible medical threat. And when he would get bear
Sure.
to cook, he would cook it. Like
Cook
to
it.
rubber. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I guess to start the story from backwards to forwards, what I would like to do with the bear that I harvested this year would be make like some sausage links, some brats, something you cook like full the way. Either smoke it and then grill them.
And you're not
A lot of
required
things like
to,
that.
Get it tested, right?
I don't know about the testing for trichinosis virus. Is it a virus in the bear
Mostly
meat?
it's pig virus. That
Pig virus.
Yep, spread from European pigs from settlers into the bear population, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
And now pigs don't have it and bears do.
Pigs don't have it anymore. They became resilient
I'm
to
sure
them.
because they're just blasted with whatever GMOs.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Also, we have some friends that are every year they go after bears during their elk hunt, and they brought a few of their bears in to be tested if they're older and they know that they're eating other bears, because that's when the rates really compound.
Oh, when
The
they're
chances
older.
that they have trichinosis.
Oh, so yeah, I think the bear was like 2 to 4. So
Yeah, as
hopefully
long as
younger.
He's more than likely he's never ate another bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of specific things on bears. But yeah, again, before we get to my hut, I was just curious, what other recipes or dishes are you planning on making with your elk
Yeah.
that you'd really love, like family traditions or your favorite dish?
My 2 staples are definitely the 2 pastas. I make what's the mushroom one? White sauce with mushrooms. It is
Mushroom Alfredo?
no
White sauce.
I'll have to come back to it. I can't remember either name of the sauces right now. They're just classic Italian dishes. Starts with an M. That and then our number 1 dish is the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Crunchwrap
Yeah,
Supreme.
I mean, we duplicate the Taco Bell dish to the T with elk meat,
Burger? Sauteed.
burger meat.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What about the steak?
Steak, I honestly I try to keep simple just because I don't know. It might be like honoring the animal thing. In the next week, I'm going to try a few different dishes with raw tenderloin, eating it kind of sashimi style.
Sounds good.
Right. Yeah. I haven't really tried that. So now that I have the opportunity to, that's a goal. But also we're going to do ossobuco with one of the roasts, stew with another roast.
What's ossobuco?
Ossobuco is an Italian dish traditionally made with horse. It's
Horse?
like a red wine. Yeah, with horse meat. Have you ever tried horse?
Hell no.
It's pretty good.
What?
Yeah.
You've eaten horse? Like wild horse?
Yeah. Not wild horse. Well, probably not.
Farm raised, like washed up race trackers?
Hard to tell. I had it when I was living in South America. I had some in Argentina. It's very Italian culture down there. It's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah, nothing on elk, but not bad.
Which part of the horse
I didn't ask any questions.
did you eat?
I ate pretty much whatever was handed
Horse
to me,
tongue?
except for one night.
Did they give you the cock?
I've eaten horse tongue, cow tongue, no horse cock. Have you ever tried Rocky Mountain oysters?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really not.
They're
that
good. I like them. I mean,
No,
if
they're
it's
good. It's
if
just-
it's deep fried,
Sure.
like
Yeah, I feel like it's a good way to get pranked, though.
yeah,
I didn't fully cook it.
little juicy.
Yeah, my friends in Brazil, they ate at a burger stand, and to this day, we don't know what the meat was. I have my ideas. Avery, close your ears. But they got horrifically sick. I was like, that was not horse meat. I saw it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's wild.
Right.
Okay,
I think they were the only non-working ladies eating at
Sure.
that burger stand at 3 a.m.
sure.
Yeah.
It's freaking wild. So we ended up going, Grant and I, shooting at the range, what, 2 weeks before season? A week and a half before season?
Yeah.
That's kind of where we started. And at that point, I knew I had my 20 pins sighted in. I could dial to any range I wanted to with my top pin.
Yeah.
And your sight was
Hanging on
loose and it was falling off because it was
literally shaking
loose.
off after every shot. Yeah.
So your hand tightening the sight. But you're shooting pretty good.
Yeah. Just had to lean my bow one way so that it was sitting the same every time.
Yeah.
A little extra step.
It's like Native American,
Yeah.
instinctual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're both hopefully getting dialed after that situation. I had gone through the Rocky Mountain Strength training course, which was super sweet, which I've been trying to get you to come with. Maybe next year. I think my other buddy Chris is going to come with next year. But that was 6 weeks of pretty heavy training and shooting throughout the time period. And in that time period, I realized like I couldn't figure out why I kept shooting low with my bow. And I realized that I'm like, this string had to have stretched. It was like a 2-year-old string. And I went to the archery shop and got it, pull down, see what the weight is. It was like 74. So I was like, okay, I'm 6 pounds, 8 pounds down from where I was at, which I should have just had all this done months before season, but I didn't have. I should have made time. Not making excuses, but life happens, and I've been working a lot, and you kind of I get in this grind zone after hunting season with work, and then it comes to the point in time, and then you go through this emergency bow fix of getting a new string, waiting for arrows, building arrows, and then sighting in a new sight tape, and then try not to make any mistakes while doing all of those things in order to go out there and hunt efficiently.
And then still working
and still
having a
working the
social
whole
life
time and having a social life.
yeah.
Yeah. And so getting all that extra stuff done, which is amazing because that's part of what I really love about the hunting process is the process of doing all that. So it's like, oh shit, well, if I'm a professional at this, I should be able to flip flop, turn stuff around as fast as possible, resight in, and have it dialed, and be good to go, which I was with my top pin dialing. I'm alluding, foreshadowing to a story at the beginning of the season. Which of you have been following my Instagram probably saw that I ran into a bull and ended up not getting a good hit because my 30-40 pin on that triple stack site I never adjusted it. It just completely like was blank out of my mind until after, and I shot those pins and shot way high with my 30 pin, like 6 inches high with my 30 pin. I didn't even shoot my 40 pin because I was going to shoot over the target. So that all happened, I guess, for a reason.
Just have 3 pins.
3 pin, 20, 30, 40, but it's a dial sight. It's the
Right.
Spot Hog XL. So you dial to any range you want above that. And then I can dial to about 80. And then my next pin is
I've
like
seen it.
90. And then my next pin is like 100. So we're shooting at the elk way back there,
Right.
98 yards or whatever. It's just dialed to it. But so we did the shooting range stuff. Should have had everything dialed out. Was basically there. And then I had a buddy come up from town to help me scout. And he's just getting into hunting, athletic guy. And so we like left late. And we got to base camp. And sure enough, I heard the tent open like really early in the morning, like 4:30, 5 in the morning. I was like, what's going on? It's like, okay, maybe he has to go to the bathroom. Like, okay, so we wake up at light and gearing up and stuff, and he said he'd gotten sick, and I was like, oh shoot, like, what do you mean, you know? And then he thought he had food poisoning. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, take some, electrolytes, drink a bunch of water, like, are you still good to go? And he thought he was and stuff. So we motor up the trail. He's on my e-bike, I'm on my enduro bike, the KTM, and we get to the trailhead, and before this I pick up his pack. I'm like, what do you have in your pack? Like, how heavy is it? And there was about 8 liters of water in there. So I was like, we need to take out most of this water, just keep 3. We'll go get water from the stream when we run through 3 liters. I'm to the point where I go through like 1.5 liters or 2 a day, even out hiking, maybe 3 liters, but still get water for the night and have a good 1.5 liters or 2 for the next day. If you have water sources, but people don't know. He thought we were camping in the desert basically, so brought a bunch of extra water. I'm like, pull all this out, lighten the pack up. So you kind of go through this situation with new people, and it's good when people are smart and catch on. It can be a struggle. He did really good, and we hiked all this way. Like, it was the first hike. We hiked way up into this area, and sure enough, we got into a good camping spot and like heard a bull that evening right where I wanted to hear one. And we were hiding, and then the next morning he didn't know if he was going to be able to make it or not. So we heard the bull in the morning, and then he was coming our way. So, and I was just like laying and trying to be quiet, but he had to like leave, so he's packing up his tent. And I don't know, an animal spooked behind us, guessing it was the bull, and which is really unfortunate. And it's interesting to hunt this area because you can't see all the pockets from up high in different areas. You can only see minimal amount when you're trying to like glass into different areas, and you can see, but it's just, you have to be like 2 miles in whichever direction. So we were just in there trying to listen, and then maybe spooked him, so it was pretty tough. So he left, and I just and that bull was gone. I heard another. I made my camp in a different area, up a little higher, the next night, and heard a bull. And then this would have been right before opening morning. I heard a bull chuckling above me. So I'm like, all right. So I woke up way early, got everything ready, started hiking up the mountain. Was already at like 10,000 feet, so I think I hiked up like 500 or 600 feet and got to this point where it's below this meadow, and there's this knob and then this like kind of saddle on the top, and I just ripped off a location bugle once I got up there, and sure enough, like I hear something from up top, and I see it. I get my tripod set up, and this bull comes out right across the crest. Where I've hunted, I've like camped up this area and hunted right on this same like crest of this meadow. So I'm filming him, and I start to do some cow calls where there's 2 cows with him, and they start going in the complete opposite direction. And it's starting to get really far away and really high up in the mountains, and I was just like, I waited. I didn't try to bugle him in anymore or anything. And then I hiked up to the ridge, and I tried to get on their tracks and look down the meadows to see where they were. I made a few cow calls and did a little bit of raking, but nothing crazy, just to see if I would get them to spark any interest, but they must have just... It was perfect. I was below them. The wind was coming down. It was absolutely first light. Like, the footage on my video camera is going to be cool because the sun's, like, just barely getting on them. First light, opening morning. Like, decent 4x4. Just, you know, a rat.
Get eyes on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had him on my video camera, and he came out. And, yeah, it was like a 4x4. Spindly 4x4. I'm like, all right, well, I figured this one out. And that was cool, so... I hunted the rest of the day back where I thought that other bull was, down lower. And then on my way back, I ripped off a location bugle right at last light on the ridge right below where my camp is. And I heard this bull down low just bugling like crazy. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go after that one in the morning. And I think I knew, this is one of the key points to take away, is knowing where they could be. Like good places where these elk could be or go when you hear them. And a guy from Texas told me about this spot, an older gentleman, a couple years ago. And it was in the exact direction. I used the ridge and Onyx and like my intuition of the direction and the angle of like where it was off of this ridge and how far I thought it was away, like about a mile or so away. And it plopped down into these like 2 ponds areas that he said used to be always really good back there. I'm like, okay, well, let me go. Literally just dropped right down the next morning. I'm dropping down through like some pretty good area. And I'm coming to this small pond, not the pond that I'm headed to. I'm like halfway there. And I hear some sticks breaking down in the pond. I'm like, okay. So I like rip off a bugle and cow call immediately. I'm like 30, 40 yards away from whatever it is. I'm like, if it's an elk, you know. Right. So I don't hear anything, and I hear some more sticks breaking. So I just get closer. I'm like, oh, it's a bear. So I sneak down in there, and I get really close, and I can see like brown and fur, and I'm trying to glass it from like 15 yards away and looking into these bushes, and I could see its head, and I couldn't tell if it was like quite big enough or not, and I couldn't quite get a shot, and I was on my way to these other elk, and I didn't try to shoot it, really. I was just like, okay. And then I tried to film it, and once it finally came out, it went up into an open area, and I realized like it was a pretty good sized bear, and I kind of put a half of a stalk on it, and it was walking away. I just said screw it and started bombing back down the trail. Or not even down the trail, just down the mountain. So I get to this area that's a ridge where I can drop off into a steep back entry into this area where I think this bull is. So I'm going on this ridge, and I'm just about to drop into a small gully to traverse a little further, and I hear something get up in front of me, so I like cow call immediately really quick, and I don't hear anything, and I just like shuffle my way down this sandy, gravelly spot and then get into some thick stuff. And I was like, that could have been an elk, because it just stopped when it stood up, but I couldn't see it because it was walls of trees and bushes, and it couldn't see me, but it heard me. But once I cow called right away, nothing happened. I might have trotted off, might have stayed there. I just got out of there. So I went down to the area, and I found where he fresh wallowed. I'm like, fresh bull tracks, a little stream, just mud everywhere. I'm like, this just happened. I'm like, I need to sit at the entrance or exit to this. So I kind of sat in this one area and decided to move a little further away onto this ridge. And I sat in this small embankment with a tree behind me, and there's a trail that goes along like a wet area, and it was like 44 yards right to that trail. And I'm sitting in this depression, and I just did a lonesome bugle, like one every hour. This is day 2. I'm sitting in there, and then at 11:50, I hear a rock kick, and I click my phone on, my camera on. I'm like, I just heard something right by the wallow. So, and then I shut it off, and then a couple minutes later, I see him coming through the hillside. So I threw on my video camera, and I was trying to range like where he was coming down on the hillside, and it was like 50, and he's coming down the hill so fast. So I'm like, well, put this rangefinder away. I know this trail is like 44, so he was coming on that trail. I drew back, and I think he heard me draw because I didn't have the felt on my drop away rest. And
I just
that was loud
when you and I were shooting.
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put it on because I had just shot paper and zeroed my knock point, and I didn't know if that like small amount, I didn't realize how loud it was. But when it's quiet, it's loud, and I don't think it makes any difference with the little first like velvet stuff on there because it's pretty minimal. But so I think he heard me draw, and then I used my 40 pin that turns out I never sighted in, and stop him, shoot, and it just barely hits him in the back of the neck as he's turning. He turns when I shoot, but if it wouldn't have been that high with the angle of the arrow, it would have gone in right behind the shoulder if it was like the right range. So it probably would have been a little bit forward, but I would have gotten some vitals, at least one lung and some arteries coming out the front, because it probably would have came out this side and hit him like right behind the shoulder. So I probably would have got him. Yeah. I might have had to have a follow-up arrow just like you did, but if I would have just dialed that sight to 44 or ranged him right there, stopped him, dialed him like I tried to do, it probably would have been good. But lesson learned with that hunt. Pretty freaking crazy. I've got a YouTube video up right now that just like, it's a film of me and some of the footage of the elk that just shows the emotions, and like I didn't know what happened or why. Like I felt like it broke good. I felt like it was a good shot. I was just like oblivious to what happened, which turns out a lot of things in life I'm oblivious to what is actually happening. But that was a lesson learned, and then I came back home and worked for a week. And did we shoot that week? Or
yeah.
That was the week we shot when I came back home after the first weekend.
We didn't shoot 2 weeks before as well?
Oh, I think we did.
Yeah, we shot both times.
Yeah. So when we shot again, got everything dialed in. I think I got my sights dialed in right back at camp I went back to camp after this, realized and shot my 30 pin, and then I got my Allen wrench tool out and adjusted those pins and locked them in so that they're good and on, and then went back to work for a week, which was tough.
I bet.
And I should have.
Didn't forget it for 1 minute.
No, not at all. Did some editing, went back to work, and then tried to get back out there, which, honestly, it was pretty good when I got back out there, but it wasn't like the first weekend, and there's a bunch of muzzleloader guys in there.
I was going to say, do you think it was because there was more pressure on them after you left?
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure on them after I left. Well, there was a storm that week. That was the storm that those kids got struck at lightning with.
Yeah.
So it was wild.
Big storm.
Yeah. So I came back right after that storm thinking, oh, perfect, I have a cold front. Like, something's going to be bugling. But it was dead quiet. Tough, dead quiet.
Mm-hmm. Our unit, I mean, as far as it is way, was the exact same. A couple bugles super early in the morning, first weekend.
Yeah.
And then it was just dead the following. I mean, we didn't hear a single thing.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, got back out there. I think I ran into another bear. Me and my buddy Wes hunted together, and then his friend Paul came with, which was a really interesting situation again with like someone new, and again with the backpack. I was like, "Let me pick up your backpack," and I picked it up. I'm like, "What do you have in here? Oh my god!" It's like he's got like water bottles hanging off of it, and like he also had like 8 liters of water. And because we waited like 5 minutes up the first hill, we're like, what is going on? We had no idea. And he didn't train for this at all, and I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, let's go for like me and Wes, and this guy's coming with. I'm like, if he can come with, like,
Right.
We're going to hunt, and if you're not in shape, like, we won't abandon you, but like, you better know your maps. Mm-hmm. We're gonna give you a pin, maybe even. Or, like,
well, and also,
why would you go if you didn't train?
Even if you have been hiking and training, doing whatever cardio throughout the summertime.
Yeah.
Hunting, the way you're walking, with your feet swayed so that you're more quiet.
Right.
Everything is so much more intentional and slow, and you're not on trail ever.
Right.
You're going over windfall and protecting your
yeah.
ankles, and you've got even just a little bit of weight over a couple of days makes a huge difference. So,
a huge difference.
Someone who's in good shape doesn't mean they're in mountain shape.
No, mountain shape is a huge difference.
Shout out to Mikey for carrying 125 pounds.
Mikey's jacked.
Almost killing himself, yeah.
Mikey's pretty ripped.
He is ripped, yeah. He's in good shape. He's been hiking a lot, but...
That's awesome.
Yeah. Within 100 yards of the truck, when we were packing the meat out, he fell all the way down to his waist through some hole.
Oh my! He fell in a hole to his waist.
Yeah, with one leg. And
oh my god!
And I'm trying to.
No.
I knew he got off of our trail, and I'm going back to get him, but I can't find him. I just hear.
Oh god!
We had just spooked maybe 2-3 elk out from by our truck. And the way they're going, I'm like, how crazy would it be if he just got trucked over by
trampled by some elk because he's stuck in a hole,
pounds and meat on his back, and
yeah, you can fall over and it's hard to get back.
Right,
you can't get out of a hole with that. Do you have to pull him out?
No, I mean he dragged himself out. He said when he finally got down, he's like I had no energy to yell or something like that. He was like, I just was making noises.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, he
resilience, right?
Resilience. Yeah. That's the word.
He's got some resilience.
Well, so when we got the elk down, He hiked back over 2 hills back to the truck to grab a frame pack that I brought just
Okay.
in case for him. Then he hiked back to us and then carried out probably the most weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
That's
a similar
awesome.
amount, and I had the head with me, which is a
Yeah.
real pain to carry.
Yeah.
It gets lighter as you move, though.
For
With all
sure.
the blood dumping out.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, also, it's his first day ever hunting.
Okay.
From the second we get on the mountain to the second we get off, nonstop bugling. He saw probably 12 plus elk and a kill on his very first day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then got to process elk the day after.
That's awesome.
He was extremely excited. He's wants to get into hunting. He bought
He should.
Yeah, he bought a camo top and bought them at Walmart the day before.
Nice.
And he was saying, he's like, I'll come and just do this. Like,
Does he have a rifle? That's good to learn that way.
yeah. He does not have a rifle. He had never shot a gun till he moved here and
We
came
went out.
camping with. Yeah.
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 That's awesome. Yeah, it's especially learning by getting the opportunity to go with someone like you and your dad and Sean and just learn from you guys and not want to hunt or carry a bow, like be like light and efficient and just enjoy it.
Yeah. And just, positive vibes, excitement.
Right. For sure.
He would aim back with Sean and watch Sean call the whole time while I'd go up
Yeah.
60, 70 yards to get in
Yeah.
the elk. And so he learned a lot from Sean. The way
Oh,
Sean
I'm
calls
sure.
is incredible. He sounds like a herd.
Yeah.
He has a hoochie mama in each hand. 3 different mouth reeds. He has a small
Yeah.
bugle tube, and then he's also just smashing trees. I mean, it sounds
What does
insane.
he smash trees with?
Other sticks, other trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes a lot of noise because the first 3 years I hunted, my other friend was like, if you call and you don't hear one, don't call again. Like, wait it out. So that's what I thought you were supposed to do. And then Sean was like, no, like I'm starting the party. Like,
Yeah, you
I'm-
got to
I'm-
start the party a bit. I feel that.
There were a few times where it's interesting. The stronger we would bugle, the more responsive these small bulls were, which I thought was funny. It's like, why would they be interested in like a bull who doesn't want anything?
They're probably trying to satellite the big bull,
Right. I
and
suppose
and
by bugling
he
that-
probably knows the big bull has cows. That's
Yeah.
what I like to portray, is that I'm a bull that has cows.
Yeah.
If you're a satellite, or if you're a herd bull that wants in on cows, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my cows,
Mm-hmm.
which is like
Right.
short bugles and stuff.
I'm not the strongest caller, but what I've learned is just directional calling. So I'll go forward with a cow call, and then I'll do a calf call facing the other way in distress, and try and start some type of dialogue. And I mean, Joel Turner,
Yeah.
the Shot IQ guy. I
Yeah.
saw a video a month ago. He's like, the only call you really need to learn is a calf call, a distress calf call, because he said cows are bitches and they hate each other and they don't want to go find each other. He said, and bulls are pedophiles, so they want that calf.
Isn't the calf called just like yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty much.
yeah, like a high pitch? Doesn't
Yeah.
Cliff Gray have like a video recently on doing like the calf call over and over again?
Yeah, I'm sure. Right.
How what does it sound like? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a little longer, and I mean, pretty good way to call him a bear too.
Yeah. My friend Danny Sheeks, he had a grizzly bear come in to calf call. They were up in Wyoming this year. He's got this footage of a grizzly coming into 30 yards because they were trying to call this bull in with a calf call.
Man,
Can you imagine that?
pretty stoked that we don't have grizzlies down here.
Yeah.
But I usually carry my sidearm. This year I did not have a great system, so it was a pain to keep with me.
What did you use?
I just took apart like a belt holster and kept on my chest pack, on my bino harness. Or the sidearm itself. is my 9mm, just in case we.
You're 9, and then you use what for the holster? Your chest pack.
So my chest pack is the Sitka bino harness.
Okay.
So it's thin straps. It puts a lot more weight on pulling your neck down. Anyways, what I did invest in is I think the main company that makes them is Invader Concepts. It's actual just chest rig, just for your gun, separate from your bino harness.
Yeah.
I try not to put too many things like that because I don't want to have
So many straps around you.
I don't want to take my backpack off, then my bino harness, then a gun. My idea is that I'll probably wear it on just my very first layer and layer on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up having a different setup too this year, but it worked out really well with my my weapon right on the chest strap above the pack. And it kind of actually helped keep in the thumb release.
Sure.
That was also tethered to my chest rig. My chest rig was like decked out with shit this year. Knife, gun, thumb release with the tether, rangefinder, binos.
Looking like Spectre Gadget.
Spectre Gadget
Yeah.
with all your weapons and stuff. Like driver's license in the admin zipper with a judo point in there.
Yeah.
And that like my motorcycle key in the front of that thing, so I could just rip that out when I got back to the trail, which was like amazing having the bike to get back. It's 2.5 miles to where I normally go to the wilderness where you can only hike in or horseback, and I spent a lot of time up there. And actually, to continue that story, I ended up starting off going back up into that same area where I thought this bull would be again, but he wasn't there again. And I hunted with Santiago, which we talked to him on the phone on the way here. Shout out to Santiago, hunting to the last season.
Bluegrass. Nice.
Yeah.
Excited to hear it.
Yeah, Santiago's Bluegrass. Lone Pinon from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Check him out on YouTube and all the things. Instagram, Lone Pinon. Santiago is a baller in his own right, for sure. He hunting to the last days. But yeah, we went out there and we followed this herd that I had found from way up high. Kind of the method. I climbed way up high, tried to find elk, glassed down, found elk, hiked 2 miles to where these elk were, found all their tracks, tried to track the herd. Santiago met up with me right after in the morning, and then we tracked this herd up the mountain quite a ways and found like a bull sign going through and causing a bunch of destruction from basically the day before.
Sure.
So we were right on him, and then of course I think we had to go back, or I stayed out that night. My dad was in town with my nephew, and like I think I actually had to go back. That's one of the things about this hunting year is that like family, I wanted to involve them and be hospitable, but it interfered in my stress level and ability to be out there when I could have been and needed to be, but I was back dealing with like things, which it is what it is, and it's fine because I want to enjoy that with family, but things didn't play out how like dreams would make it this year.
It's always different.
It's always just a shit show. And
I thought it was really cool to see my folks. Well, with my dad, but see Gato, my mom, when we would get back off the mountain. That get to tell her some of the stories, and
that's awesome.
And then that they were both coming up and were there the day after I got my bull to celebrate them. But then I also realized that there's certain parts of where we're trekking through that have service, and I wish I had learned that. Because once you know that you can be in contact with people,
you just go to those areas.
Yeah, I mean you'll do it if you're able to talk to someone. So I'd call my dad right after the bull was down, and that was great. But then, you're like, oh shoot, like should I send pictures? Should I tell him the whole story now? And it's distracts from the main point, which is
It really does.
the hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you need your phone on you, I think, these days with Onyx.
Right.
It's I also I play music while I sleep in a headphone.
Yeah.
100% of the time. So when I'm napping for 6 hours during the middle of the day every day, I need that camera, Onyx. Other than that, that's how I want to treat it. I want to treat it like a iPod.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's interesting. I definitely feel you on that level as
Right.
far as taking away. When I was by myself during a kill, which we'll get to, yeah, it's time to just not be connected. Like, where it's always where you kill, it has no service.
Right.
So, because it's a
Yeah.
deep, dark, or steep hillside.
Totally. That's funny you say. We had service 50 feet from where we were processing the
Right.
silk. But I mean, here I am back in the timber. When you see his antlers, you'll be like, yeah, he grew up in the timber.
Yeah,
He's born in the darkness.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing as camping. Like, we'll go to these spots outside Buena Vista, and it's like, you always have service there, but
Yeah,
I still am going to leave my phone in the truck the entire weekend.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, during a lot of the hunts, I'd mostly be on airplane mode the whole time, saving battery. And I'm not tracking. I know the area well enough where I'm not tracking. The last day I did track, but leading up to the last day I could hunt, it ended up being a handful of different small adventures and just trying to find the elk again. Really hard, and striking out hard. Like, I went over to the other unit where I'd hunted in the past and killed my bull last year, and I got to the trailhead. I was so tired, took a little nap, got all my stuff loaded up. This is only e-bike access, so I was riding the e-bike, and I hear some people coming up behind me on their e-bikes, and I stop, and we're talking, and 3 hunters from Iowa. One guy's got a rifle, 2 guys have bows, and the one guy had just killed a 6x6 in the other unit, like, probably 300 yards from where I killed my bull last year and where I'd planned to hunt on the other, in my own unit, but they have a tag for the other unit, but they're using that access point because it's super steep on the other side. So I'm like, saw pictures, really nice big 6x6, just killed. I'm like, all right. They said they're talking. I'm like, okay, this could be good. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, well, up high on the ridge. Like, where are you going down this road? I'm like, I'll stop short and go up. And then, so I did that afternoon, called, looked, not a ton of tracks, glass, didn't really hear anything. The next morning, I heard an elk coming, like glunking through the trail. I was below it a ways, but he ended up coming down right to where I was, and a bull was like 20 yards from my tent at an hour before light, just like walking through. He stopped, took a pee right by my 20 yards upwind, so he couldn't smell me or anything, and he just cruised through. And
it'd be funnier if he didn't see you and came in just pissed. Like,
pissed right
I know you can't touch me right now.
Yeah. So
Smell
I was
this.
like, okay, we got a bull in here. I tried to hunt him in the morning, and I called in those other hunters, and that bull was long gone. So I went down to the road, glassed down into the wallows for a bit, and just decided, since those other guys were here and I had a handful of days left, I knew where there were a bunch of bears, and I knew I could probably find... Well, I had heard a bull on one of these short trips in this area. up a drainage quite a ways. It was like 3.5 miles, and was like, okay, I'm going to go back and see if he's still in there. So I brought Cody with when I got back, and we ripped out there for like the last hour, just hiked and to try and hear where this bull was. Sure enough, we hear him right down in the drainage, just a big chuckle like a half an hour before light. Knew it was an old chuckler. And this is full on all public. There's no private anywhere near this area. I'm trying to get away from that public-private border issue. I'm like, okay, so we go back. We hike all night, for 2.5 hours to get out in the dark and stay up way too late. Wake up in the morning, gear up, shoot my bow, drink some coffee, and I'm blazing back out there to try and figure out where this bull is that I heard in the draw. I knew no one was back there. On my way out there, I run into a lady with a dog walking the trail.
It's illegal.
It was not leashed.
Yeah.
Also, she had an orange hat on. So, and a deer like cruised by. I didn't have a deer tag, but so we chatted for a second. I kept going, and this was like 11 or 12. So I get to where I think the elk about was, and I try to go up higher to where I thought he might be bedded, because I'm figuring he was coming down, or he was somewhere in there. So I just kind of pieced through, did some calling sequences where I had found really fresh sign before up in that area, and I didn't come up with anything. It was getting to that point like 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm like, is he going to chuckle? Where is he? And then I hear this like faint chuckle up on the hillside back to where I almost started. And I was like maybe 500-600 yards from there, way down in the draw. I'm like, all right. So I just took off going up the mountain, like pretty good speed in that direction to try and, it was 45, 50 minutes of light. It took me an hour and a half to get in there. I can make a quarter mile, 500-600 yards in no time when I'm really trying, even up all this stuff with a pack on at this point, the last day of the season. I'm running basically with bow and pack on. And so I get like kind of almost up to the area, and there's this bench that I'm working my way up to this bench, and I start to slow down, and the wind's pretty good, and I knew I could look either direction. And I come up on this flat, and I look behind this aspen tree, and I see a bear sitting there facing me, completely sitting there, just like looking around, not a worry in the world. And I back up into the aspen, behind the aspen tree, knock an arrow. I could have put my phone camera on my bow. I just didn't. I just was like, I just want to get a kill. I was listening to hear if there was cubs around. I knock an arrow, and I knew it was sub 20 just by taking, I literally had just a flash of him because I wanted to get out of sight right away. And I knew it was pretty close. I didn't end up seeing how far away it was, but it was between 18 and 20 yards. And so I drew back behind the tree and then just slowly took a step and a half out and got settled and got him in my pin and rose, and he was facing me kind of a little bit quarter two. So I just angled my pin right at its chest, and I let that thing go. It was a perfect release. My pin is green. I saw that knock glowing green just disappear right exactly where my green pin was sitting on him, and it just sunk, and I saw it zing through out behind him. I'm like, okay, sweet. I saw the arrow go. I'm like, total pass through. Took off running. I hear all this crashing, and I was waiting for it to stop, and it probably took 12, 15 seconds, and that crashing stopped. I'm like, he didn't make it 20 yards. So I was super jacked on that. Ended up finding my arrow stuck in a tree, covered in blood, and I trailed him for a little bit longer, and the blood got worse. And like I got up to this tree, and I'm like, he had to be under this tree or something. And I look around, and then sure enough, if you've seen some of the videos and pictures from my Instagram, he was laying headfirst on the steep hillside, just piled up.
So what kind of shot was it?
It was a perfect
Yeah.
double lung shot. It went through here and then out the opposite lung. It's like slightly through through the chest. Just went through both ribs on each side.
You can't feel better about that.
No, died within 12 to 15 seconds. That's
Yeah.
the best opportunity. Part of it all was, I mean, we were talking in camp about the energy of being out there and the higher power and letting things happen. And we've been trying to hunt hard, try not to force things, but also be persistent, be resilient, keep going, keep hunting, and then that you walk upon an animal that's perfectly legal, good size, just the size enough for me to carry out, which is kind of big, actually. It was a lot of work to take out of there, but it all worked out perfect.
Yeah.
It wasn't another near opportunity or an opportunity that I might have been enticed to take that wouldn't have been the best. It was just a perfect one, an easy one,
Right.
basically. Not easy because you had to see the bear before it saw you, not just blow up through there and have the bear run off and draw behind the tree and settle and take a perfect shot before it left.
Also,
There's a lot
easy
to it.
situation, but not easy because you also spent 20 days
20 days out
leading
there.
up to that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just the off chance you ran into, that's the third bear we ran into. And it was a good shot, good kill.
What I like about it, too, is that the arrow went through.
Yeah.
What keeps me from going for bear tags is that I know they pull the arrow out of themselves and do that crazy scream.
Yeah.
So it's a clean kill on a bear is that's just another.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect. And I was using the RIP TKOs.
Okay.
And I've got a 30-inch draw, so that arrow's like 29 inches. And those Stinger serrated single bevel with the right turn on there.
That's what I did with my second arrow.
Oh, okay.
The elk, yeah.
The chisel?
Yep.
Sick.
Yeah, so first one was the beast, second one was the stinger.
Oh, the Stinger? Nice. Yeah, those Stingers are great. Four-fletched, the Air Razor. They're really stiff fletchings, and they're long and kind of short. So having the four-fletch, they sound... We did a sound test out there. It sounds like a hiss compared to the feathers. The feathers are a little quieter and a little more flap, like they make flappy noises. But the Air Razor's four-fletch is like a jet,
yeah.
just like.
Right. Well, and I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget. I'm never hunting without light knocks again.
Lighted knocks are the
They're
best.
incredible. Like
Yeah.
you
Those
know,
Amazon ones from Elk Shape
yeah,
were money this year.
that's awesome. That is the thing. When you said that, I was like, oh, the price on them. But I've had the same 5 for a while, and they've been worth it.
Yeah, I shot at a grouse, missed it, found my arrow because of the light up knock.
Saw a few grouse, and
Did you?
just passed on because we were elk hunting, not grouse hunting.
Yeah.
myself this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, well, that is part of what freaked me out for my shot is that I knew it wasn't a pass through, and I saw how far the arrow was into him based on where the knock was swinging around when he started to spin to go.
Sure.
Oh, I forgot to mention this part. He spun and started kind of come towards me.
Really?
So instead of doing another call, I dropped my call. Hey,
You yelled at him.
I did. I mean, he was
Coming
10
at you.
yards away and coming in quick. Yeah,
Just shoot him
which
again.
I take as a compliment. He didn't know where it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then once you get into the dark timber, he had already, the arrow was out by the time we found him. But, I mean, if she was still in him,
Yeah.
another point for it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So light knocks, yeah.
Yeah, lighted knocks are great.
We have a lot of discussions to have about. This is my last year using my bow. I've been shooting it for 15 years now. It's the only bow I've had for 15 years.
Do you think the string stretched at all this year? Or did you put a new string on it recently?
I put one on at the end of last season.
Oh, okay. So you're probably good.
Yeah. I put a lot of shots on it this year. What changed when I put on the new string is I extended it half an inch, which feels like a huge difference, but the peep was lower than it should have been. So I was having a hard time getting into my cradle, like getting lined up on my peep.
Could you raise your peep?
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Because that bow I've always felt super comfortable with. This is the first year where
Yeah, if you lengthen your string, it's definitely going to throw off the triangle.
Yeah.
Or like
Now,
the
I went
angle,
and talked to
position of your peep sight.
right? And they're like,
They didn't switch it?
well, no, they were like, if you're already halfway through the season, don't switch it now. Which I agreed with. I knew what I was doing with at that point, but
Yeah, I disagree. I would get it back to the place where it's comfortable.
Yeah.
So you don't have to try to get in it. One of the best advantages you can have with archery is to pull straight back into your anchor point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I find myself sometimes when I pull back, I'll pull back and then move from like here to here.
Mm-hmm.
But so instead, I should pull to right here
Sure.
instead of like moving out and then in. Mm-hmm. So like it pulls to right where you're at, right where you need to be. So when you pull on an animal, right where you need to be is right at the center of the vitals.
Right.
So all that happens at one time, if you can get it, in that to be your shot process is having the point and your anchor point and being aimed at it while you're drawing back, so it's safe and everything. And then you're right on it. Instead of fiddling with your anchor point, getting locked, trying to find your zone.
That was the thing. I've had this bow for so long that I barely think about my anchor point. Like it happens naturally. Then because I was having to take that extra 3 seconds to load into my vertical, I was going back to put my knuckle the exact same place every time. One thing you said, you're like, finger behind your trigger, which I've had the same trigger for 15 years, so I feel comfortable with it too, and I barely touch it until I get back. But that actually helped me anchor the same every time, was having my fingers placed on the trigger the same way.
Yeah, right. Pressed against it, you're like...
Yeah, I felt a lot more comfortable. That was a bigger point for it, yeah.
Nice.
I'd like to point out I've never accidentally shot an arrow.
I'm impressed that you've never... He's like, he draws back, he's like, on the trigger, I'm like, can you just like use that as your safety and just like switch to the opposite side?
Same trigger,
and then,
same bow, though.
And then go over and pull it.
I think that is part of why I'm excited for a new bow, is to just go through that process again.
Yeah.
And be a little more intentional about everything, because this one is, it is my right hand. I just, left hand.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you're shooting lefty? What is your left? Oh, your left.
Left hand holding the bow, but
yeah. So you're right-handed bow shooter. Yeah.
You want to do a word from your
You did a
sponsors?
deduction.
Grab us beers.
Yes, please. Yeah, a word from the sponsors. Don't really have any sponsors other than Flag Norfail. I guess they're not my sponsor, but I'm wearing their bibs because they're cozy right now. And here's a flag that says never grow up. This trout I caught when I was pretty young, with my old man. It was the last cast. It was, can I get one more cast with a worm? And I cast it out in this stream and let it drift all the way down the creek. Come to find out, I felt the tug on the string, of course, and started reeling, and then had this fish, this big fish, it's 19-inch brown, start fighting, and my dad ended up netting it, but yeah, we ended up keeping it. Good trout story. This point coming out of the lamp here is a 7-point shed that I found. I think there's a picture of it somewhere. I got my biggest buck right there. That's a 162. He was that's a Pope and Young whitetail. He scored 155 and an eighth. Non-typical, just made the books. No brow tines, just a bunch of stickers. So that was a good one. Just to never grow up. And here's good old chocolate point 8-pointer. Got that one with the 44 mag. And there's a picture of the 6x6 bull I got with my rifle. With a hunting guide. And yeah, I was just telling everybody about the racks and the fish and the bucks. That one's a Pope and Young right above you. Archery, 155 and an eighth. Wisconsin.
What about that one over there?
That came from Wisconsin as well.
Okay.
That was about a 140-inch buck, 9-pointer. Got him with my 44 mag in during gun season. Oh, that was an awesome hunt.
I have something interesting from the past 2 seasons. No matter what animal we see on the road on the way to our area, it defines what's going to happen that day.
the type of animal that you see?
So,
okay.
Last year we saw cow elk crossing the road. All day we only saw cow elk. The next day we saw a skunk. We didn't hear a single thing, see a single thing.
You got skunked.
Got skunked completely. This year we saw deer, and never seen deer on our property before. Saw deer.
That's cool.
The next weekend we saw a black bear on a cross. I was like, this is a real test because we haven't seen any bears back here yet. We know they're there, but haven't seen them. Sure enough, that's when we see a bear.
Really?
Yeah,
What'd you see for a bear?
Saw a black bear. It was a pretty large black bear with like a blonde, kind of like how you're describing your coat before.
Sure. A tinge of auburn.
Tinge of auburn.
Yeah.
They're getting their hair colored.
Yeah, they're getting their hair colored.
Yeah.
Any cubs? It was a boar?
It was a boar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Did you try to get any bear tags?
I did not. No. We're not huge on eating them. I told you I don't want to deal with that bear scream. Someday.
The bear scream. My bear did not scream.
The death moan.
My bear did not death moan.
Oh, so that's what I think a lot of it is if your arrow's inside it, they go to and pull it out.
Yeah, I think it went through so clean it didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, it didn't even like go, like when it hit it, it just turned around and ran.
Yeah.
Like I think it was so razor sharp, it didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if you've seen that Beast Broadhead video of him shooting that baboon.
Oh no.
Or the monkey or something right in the chest with that thing, and it just screams bloody murder. No. Like, no,
Yeah.
that'd be bad. I don't want to do that.
Exactly. That's well, bears a lot of times they sound like they're humans. You know, in the woods, like you just hear them.
Yeah,
That's
they're
almost like a
talking.
moose.
Yeah. So when I got this bear, it was about an hour before dark, and I knew it wasn't huge, but it was decent size, and I kind of like flipped it over so I could decide what to do with it. And I was like, oh, I could probably carry this thing out just like whole in my pack. thinking it was like 120, 150 pounds or something. Like I could pick it up with two hands,
Right.
like pretty good. And I'm like, if I just, take out the entrails. So I laid it up along this log, and it was on this hillside, so head up, and then took care of everything really quick, and then got him strapped on the meat shelf in my pack, which, if you followed some of my Facebook videos, Wes took this video of me coming down the mountain, talking about adversity and, like, going through it all in a 3.5 mile pack out, coming down the mountain with about a 160-pound pack. You're going through it to the point where you have a human on your back.
Mm-hmm.
I have like you, or like I have Mikey on my back for 3 miles. I don't know what Mikey weighs. He's pretty thick, actually.
Big boy.
He's a thick boy. Someone smarter than Mikey.
He's got those, he's got those haunches. He told me this week on the drive back. It's like, damn it, my balls just split through the jeans again. It's like, again? Like, how? My legs are so big that always rip at the same part. My nuts just fall through. So maybe his nuts are too big.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So carrying a human out for 3 miles, and then having Wes, like, he texted me on GPS. I had my Garmin InReach also, like Inspector Gadget, on my chest rig.
Same. I was so nervous to hit the button. I heard that was a huge issue this year.
Really? Hitting the button?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
Half the calls were accidental.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I didn't even have it unlocked either the whole time.
Yeah.
I just had it dangling.
Well, the SOS button, it's behind the flap.
Yeah. So you gotta get the flap out.
Yeah. But if it's on your pack,
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't see it.
Anyway, so I was texting Wes on there, and he made it to the trailhead with the ATV, and I was like, I'm bringing it out whole, and I tried to take a couple videos. Like, I had to stop probably 5 or 6 times in 3 miles on the way down, and I would find a rock, and I'd sit there, and I'd just wait for my breathing to slow down, and I was just breathing, like, so loud, like the breaths going out were like, like, you're literally, I mean, you know how it is. You just packed out meat. You're breathing so hard and loud, coming down the mountain, just grinding it out. And then Wes was there, and I, like, did, like, a hoot from, like, pretty far away, and I could hear him, like, way down there. Like, fuck, it's still way down there. So I kept going, finally got closer and closer, and then to hear him, like, encourage me, it's only 100 yards left, and I just made my way down there, and to have that video of, like, me with the bear and my pack and my bow. I don't know, I'm sure people would be disturbed by that video, but I thought it was cool, and it worked out great, packing a average sized bear in that pack with the meat shelf,
Sure.
cinching it down. I didn't ideally want his head to be resting right where his head was, but by the time I got it on, I didn't want to take it back off to take paracord and tie it back or something. So I just rode with the bear, like, my neck against its head, and it was funny.
Yeah.
But it worked, and I got him out of there. It took me about 2 hours to get him out.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick processing time too.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's your stuck to truck?
Stuck to truck. We brought him back to the truck in 2.5 hours, probably 3 hours tops.
This is my new metric on the time that takes from when you shoot the animal to when it is in the truck, stuck to truck.
Yeah, the stuck to truck was, right at 3 hours, because we got into the ATV, and then I ripped down to the gate, got the gate, and the ATV went through and then ripped down to Tim's camp, which was the closest camp to the end of where the ATV trail was. And we chatted with them. I ran out of water, so I got some water from them. Cody was there. So we chatted with everybody, and then I was completely soaked and completely just destroyed. So I'm like, yo, I need to go back, get dry clothes, and get all my puffy stuff on because I'm freezing.
Mm-hmm.
So I rode motorcycle down the mountain, another 3.5, 4 miles to our base camp, and then got all changed, all bundled up, and then started taking the bear off the pack and get it hung up to try and cool it off, put ice in the chest cavity. So I had a snatch block in the back of my truck and a couple loops. We looped up over this tree, took the snatch block up and paracorded him up, just pulled him up and put ice in him, tied him off.
Sweet.
And then the next morning I pretty much decided I was going to barrel out of there and get a bunch of ice and then get him caped out back home and then to the CPW to get it checked out.
Oh, so
checked in.
You did?
Yeah, it's got a seal on it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I accidentally... So you have to leave sex on the hide.
Yeah.
So I made sure I wanted to do that, and I accidentally cut, like, poor guy, like, through the shaft. So, like, part of it, like, the tip is on one side, and then, like, the scrotum is on the other. So they put the seal through, like, the cutout part near the tip of the shaft. Like, we've never done this before, but it'll work.
Turn the bear head away. You don't even look at this. I was
the CPW guys were gals. They put it on there. It was hilarious, but we were all laughing.
Do what you gotta do.
We were all laughing.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, "Do you have a bullet hole in here?" I'm like, "I shot it with a bow." Like, is there a cut on it?
Right.
Like, maybe near its scrotum. But anyway, it all worked out. Got it sealed. It's in the freezer. I'm going to get it tanned.
Mm-hmm.
Do the whole process.
I was thinking you coming down the mountain with a bear.
Mm-hmm.
If any of your other buddies had a bear tag, it's a good time to be making a lot of human noises.
Yeah.
So my backpack was stacked too high.
Okay.
With, just my gear and the meat on the way out, so I couldn't get the head on top. So I just kind of had it in my hand half the time.
Oh my gosh!
Rested
Carry
on the top
it.
of the pack, and I was like, if any elk see this right now, like we're
You're
never
gonna
gonna
get
chance at them again because they're freaked out. Just
out.
traumatizing them walking out with Fred's head in my
Meat.
hand.
Yeah.
I had blood streaming down the back of my shirt,
Oh yeah.
but happier than ever.
Yeah, my arms were saturated
Yeah.
in blood.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I carry the head out with my right hand, just, hand around the antlers for most of the time, and my right shoulder was just stuck up here for like 2 days after.
Because you're like holding the antler and a pack of
Yeah.
meat.
Yeah,
That's rough.
didn't really drain the head, as best as we could, but it was still pretty full.
Oh, so you're carrying the head and the antlers? You didn't cut the...
Oh no, I kept them. I'm gonna do a Euro mount.
Okay.
Our buddy has a tank of beetles.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
yeah. Also,
Oh, I should put my bear skull in there.
absolutely. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
absolutely. I'll
That'd be
bring it up.
sick.
I found 2 deadheads this year.
2?
2, yeah.
I saw the one.
Yep. So I found one the following weekend, and I was calling them my participation trophies.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is you need a permit for shedded antlers. You don't need it for a deadhead because technically they're not shedded.
You need a permit for sheds?
Yeah. In Colorado, they have a shed permit to go and look for them.
What?
Uh-huh.
Is that new this year?
I don't believe so. I think it's
Oh my
couple years
gosh.
old. Quick.
Oh my god. What? Oh, okay.
Sean told me that he
No one's
he
ever...
met a ranger that was like,
I thought it was just between these dates, certain dates.
We should have an encyclopedia of CPW rules.
Don't quote. I've never shed hunted ever in my life without a permit. If we need permits,
If they're attached to the skull. So found 2, and it's funny though walking out with them. I was like, God, it already sucks because one of them was pretty big. I was like, this would suck right now if there's meat on this too, just because I was so
exhausted. Yeah. So what was you found that big 5x5?
Yep. Which at first I thought it was my bull from last year because it was 100 yards from where I took the shot.
Sure.
But my buddy was confident that it had been taking my bears when I went on to private. And the one I shot last year had thick paddles, 6x6. But it was still nice that it was shot right there. That I found that same location. It was something.
Yeah. Do you think it was shot, that bull?
Hard to tell. I looked around. That one had been spread by the animals like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second one, so that definitely died last year, same time. The other one I found probably died 2 years ago, and I found a single tailbone piece sticking up out of the ground, and I didn't see anything else for like 20 feet going up the hill. And then
That's weird.
It was stuck between 2 logs facing down, so I'm kind of wondering if a tree fell on its head and it got stuck.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
That's gnarly.
Yeah.
It happens out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we heard a lot of trees falling this year.
I heard some too, especially after the storm.
Yeah.
It was like...
It makes you a little more careful where you nap.
Yes. I'm always looking up,
Yeah.
like where we make camp. This trip, Wes was about to make camp, and I look above him like, there's a branch caught on a branch right above. Like, if that branch breaks, this tree is coming right down on top. He's like, oh, good call. He, like, moved over, like, 20 feet.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting caught in a lightning storm that night, which was super scary because we just heard that those guys died from a lightning strike 2 hours before this. And I was looking on, trying to figure out the radar and to see, and it looked like we were maybe going to get some rain, but it was all green and nothing bad.
Yeah.
But then sure enough, a cell like brewed up right over us, and we were getting lightning strikes within 2 or 3 miles. Like 2 or 3 seconds of like the flash.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was so scary.
So just so you know, because it was wild that we'd been talking about this before the news of those 2 kids that would.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about different lightning strikes, and Marco did a lot of wilderness medicine when he was in Alaska, especially. So if you're in a lightning storm, you keep your feet together. Because there's a specific type of burn that they find on people who die in lightning strikes where their feet are spread out and it goes up one leg and out the other. And they can tell because of the burn on the insides of your thighs.
Yeah.
So you keep your feet together.
Keep your feet together so then it just goes through the feet and then the ground, not your body.
Right, exactly. So that you don't make a circuit.
Yeah.
And then the other piece, which I'm wondering how if this was involved with the 2 kids. Not sure you call them kids or not. 25.
They're 23, 25 or something.
Kids, I guess. Yeah.
To us, I guess.
Yeah. Is that, people, a storm comes in, and I guess it's pretty common. People will run to the side of the forest and stop at the edge. You need to go deep in because the more trees are around, the less of a chance that lightning's going to strike.
For sure.
Yeah. You're not supposed to stay out in the open, but you're not supposed to be under a tree, really.
Right.
If you're around more trees.
Oh, yeah. We were, like, in a meadow with, like, sparse, tall aspens in the meadow.
Oh, jeez.
With rock faces, like, 200 yards away.
Crazy.
One of the worst places you could possibly be, like, under these taller trees. And I was just like, should I dip?
Yeah. Like,
into the bush? Go down, rip down into the jungle, into a ravine or something.
Yeah. And also, how many trees have you seen out in the back where it's like you can tell that they got blasted by lightning?
Yeah, like,
like
why is this one burned? There's no fire around here.
We actually found a really large tree. It has to be, I would say, like 4-foot diameter. It's right on our little piece that gives us access to the public land.
Interesting.
And it might have been struck by lightning like 10 years ago, because it's pretty decayed. But it's one of the coolest trees I've ever seen. Which I never noticed it because we always hike in and out. Either
in the dark
at 4 a.m. or
yeah.
10 p.m. But I saw it during the daytime. I was like, is this always here? I passed by it 20 times and finally actually looked at it.
Huh. Yeah. Come across some wild stuff out there.
Yeah.
Another wild thing that I came across while I was out there was, you know how you walk around with your diaphragm call like in your mouth on your lip or something? I was standing looking across this meadow with my call on my lip, and all of a sudden there's a peregrine falcon dive bombing me straight at me, and I like flinch and like move out of the way because it looks like it's about to like just dive bomb me. I think it's looking at my call.
Yeah.
It's like a blue or white. And then Santiago said he had it happen to him. Peregrine falcon was just dive bombing him.
I wonder if they're
land in a tree.
Motion, but you're in camo, so they think you're a smaller thing.
Right, but then they see the little blue and they think it's a little bird.
Oh.
They think the diaphragm's a bird on a tree. And then they die. I mean, if I didn't see it, it might have just flat,
Actually, yeah, I could see that.
Just took my lip out.
I had I'm not sure if it's peregrine falcon, but I had a falcon dive bomb me when I was in a tree stand my first year hunting.
Really?
It was the most wild moment because I was leaning out of the tree stand, looking at this fox that was running up to the tree.
Okay.
The fox took off. I heard a grouse flush behind me. I turned around and see around the tree, and all of a sudden this falcon is right there in front of me. It was just boom,
That's
boom, boom.
wild.
Yeah, I'm in the woods.
They're cool.
It's funny too that you can be in the woods and nothing happened for 12 hours, and all of a sudden,
right? Something comes whipping around through you, like an arrow if you're a bear or an elk.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a good season. As much as I made that one mistake on that bull, I should have been struck out with the bull right away, and that would have been good. I probably would have bear hunted a bunch, maybe killed, but it is what it is, and it played out the way it played out. And I think we both had a successful season. We both came out super strong. I lost 15 pounds and feel stronger than ever, ready to go. And I know you went into the season doing really well too for fitness. How are you feeling after the season?
Definitely lost weight. Lost a lot of weight. Just based on not eating as well as I had been at home, focused on eating protein and 5 meals a day.
Sure.
And just hiking so much.
5 meals a day.
Yeah.
That's
5 meals, 300 calories each.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
But my endurance is up. I mean,
right.
I was running up the hill, packing out just because I was so excited.
Yeah.
I like going uphill, not downhill.
With weight?
Yeah. Just with anything, I always like going uphill over downhill.
Yeah. It's rough on the knees if you don't have trekking poles.
Yeah.
Do you use trekking poles?
I do. Or usually one.
One.
Yeah.
The old Randy Newberg. One trekking pole.
Just one to lean on. Oh, before I forget how we're talking about having service. During the 2 dead days that we had out there, we were watching college football on someone's phone and playing cribbage. Is pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Okay. So what's next for you?
I need to get some rifle hunt plans in. I'm thinking about going up to northern Colorado for a pronghorn hunt, probably 3rd rifle. I mean, as exciting as it is to have elk in the freezer, I'm ready for the next one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've put so much energy and focus on the bow hunting until I was successful with a bull that I have somewhat ignored rifle hunting and making plans for that. So now I'm kind of opened up.
Yeah, I've got a tag for a 3rd rifle, and if you want to come help, it'll be definitely meat to share, especially if we find a good elk herd or shoot a decent cow out of it.
Meat cow.
Meat cow, not the lead cow. Meat cow.
Meat cow.
Yeah.
We almost hit a lead cow driving
Did
up
you?
to the Steamboat last weekend. It was as wide as Mikey's truck. It was. He was like, that was like a camel. He'd never seen it. It was the first elk he'd ever seen.
Okay.
And
They do look like camels, those big fat cows.
Yeah, with their neck down and out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap this up.
Sounds good.
The Clay Formula Podcast, Hunting Edition 2025. 2 kills on the board. We got another podcast coming soon with Blake and Chris Elliott after he goes on a rifle hunt. Blake has a sponsored hunt, so he's they're gonna make a hunt film for his rifle tag. And then I'm actually going to Idaho at the end of October and gonna help out with a mule deer hunt and glass and just help a buddy get a mule deer killed. So we'll have more good content coming. Hopefully I can maybe I'll bring my computer equipment and we'll do a remote podcast after the mule deer hunt if Johnny kills, which would be awesome. He should kill. He's a killer. He's already killed 2 bucks so far in 2 different states, 2 whitetails. So look forward to more of that content. A few more podcasts, some more hunting. I've got a mule deer rifle tag for right after Idaho. So there's 2 more tags on the board for me.
Nice.
So stay tuned. The Clay Formula. It's Clay Camo on Instagram.
Grant Rotman, GrantRotcom on Instagram.
GrantRot.com.
GrantRotcom.
Get GrantRot.com. Your Instagram is going to be loaded with all the hunting things coming up. More steak dinner stories.
Exactly. Beef stroganoff. That's what.
Beef stroganoff?
We do.
That's what you're going to make? Okay. Heck yeah.
Be delicious.
All right. We'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers to it. Elk grease. What did Santiago say?
I know. I was waiting for you to say it. I don't remember.
I can't remember. We have a better closeout. I'll enter it in later. I gotta ask Santiago.